All right.
Hot streams, hot streams for your face. Hot streams for your face.
So I saw this clever stand-up shot the other day on Reddit from @SteveHofstetter from his 1-hour special Ginger Kid, available at supportcomedy.com. Is it a hot stream? I don't know, because it's like $6 to rent it, and the preview wasn't sufficiently compelling. Anyway, he said, if you bring too much liquid, the TSA confiscates it and throw it away in case it's a bomb. So they throw it away in case it's a bomb in the garbage can right next to them with all the other possible bombs in the area with the most amount of people in case it's a bomb. Now think about that for a second. If they really think you're 4.5 ounces of liquid or a bomb, why in the hell would they put it in the trash next to themselves and leave it there? If it's 3 ounces but not in a Ziploc bag, same question applies. Why would they put it there? It makes no sense. So the TSA is, as I've said for years, a complete and total joke. It's time to end the madness. Yes, 9/11 happened, but we're acting like scaredy cats. We're acting like pant shitters. We're better than that, man. What about Tornado Alley? There are dozens to hundreds of deaths per year. Why don't we wage a war on tornadoes? Well, it's funny. Tornado Alley actually does not have a whole lot of basements. That doesn't make sense. You would think they'd have basements, maybe even with a concrete roof. Well, it turns out one of the reasons they don't is because the soil is clay. Clay tends to expand and contract by up to 30% in rain versus dry weather. So yeah, it'll tear it up. You can't realistically easily have a basement. Besides, the cost. Oh my gosh, the cost. How much does a storm shelter cost? Above ground, $3,000 to $20,000. Below ground, $2,500 to $22,000. It costs thousands of dollars to add a storm shelter. But again, we're talking about people's safety. Shouldn't we do this? Well, yes and no. The truth is, they don't, because tornadoes, as it turns out, even in Tornado Alley, are extremely rare. The population of Tornado Alley is about 17 million. U.S. tornado deaths per year, only 500, of which 30% of them happen in Tornado Alley. That's about 150. So the death rate is 0.0009%. To put that in perspective, deaths per capita, that is one death for every 113,000 people. Now, clearly, one death out of 113. Come on, we're not going to make everyone get a storm shelter because of that. The odds are stupid. But 30% of those, of U.S. tornado deaths could be avoided just by building those storm shelters. 30%. Hey, man, that's way better than the TSA's rates. The TSA, oh my gosh, they miss 95, 96%? Acting TSA director resigned after screeners failed tests to detect explosives and weapons? It's a joke. And since then, the TSA has not improved, still failing 95% of security tests. Now, in the the early 2000s, I took a flight to, I don't remember, San Francisco. Yeah, San Francisco. And I was pulled out for security screening 4 times. 4 times on a 1-leg flight. No layover, 1 leg. And I later ascertained it's because those security screenings were not, they were not random at all. They said, on this date, you're going to get a threat. It is going to look exactly like this. And in my case, I was a single passenger traveling alone with a backpack. And so, on a one-leg flight, I was randomly screened 4 times. By the 3rd time, I was indignant. By the 4th time, I was effing furious. And I let the lady have it, and she's like, sir, come on. Hey, honey, would a terrorist be this fucking furious at your incompetence? But they still didn't catch them. That's not the point. So, why is there no war on tornadoes? Well, again, the population is 17 million. The average U.S. household size is 2.54 people. So that would be 6.7 million homes. 6.7 million homes. Well, what does a bunker cost? According to Home Advisor, $5,737. People can't afford that. That's ridiculous. So 6.7 million homes, $5,700 a piece. That would be $38 billion in shelters. Who's got that kind of money? Come on. We're not, what are we made out of money? That's crazy. Yet, the TSA gets $7 billion a year, 5 of which comes from taxpayers. $2 billion a year comes from airport fees, which you and I, my good friends, my fellow air travelers, are most certainly paying. But airports had screening before the TSA, and they were awfully damn good. The next threat is not going to look like the last threat. It never does. If it did, they could certainly get the bombs and weapons on the plane. No, the difference is, if somebody stood up with a box cutter today and said, just relax, everything's going to be fine, we would murder him on sight, because we know everything will not be fine until he is eliminated. So yes, $7 billion a year. Wait a minute. That means we've given $100 billion to the TSA over their lifetime. Now, the deadliest year for air travel was 2001. 2,996 people died, though mostly they were not people who were actually on planes. No, but in 2001, 629 million passengers flew on planes. So that death rate is 1 per 230,000. That's half the likelihood of getting killed in a tornado, and that's on the worst day in U.S. aeronautical history, the worst year. So we're willing to throw our Nutella in the trash because it might be a bomb, but we're not going to, make people in the Midwest actually build survival bunkers. Hey, people in the Midwest, nothing against you. I get it. The odds of you dying in a tornado are nearly 0. With that said, the TSA is entirely a joke. Now, people die outside of Tornado Alley from tornadoes, so maybe we should protect them too. But again, $38 billion, we can't afford that. We can't afford $38 billion to carpet the world rather than just put some goddamn shoes on. No, instead we have to pay the TSA. Now, wait a second. Did I say it was $38 billion to buy a storm shelter for every home in Tornado Alley? So that means that what we have paid to the TSA, we could have built almost 3 tornado shelters for every home in Tornado Alley. We could be saving dozens, if not hundreds of lives a year in Tornado Alley, but we won't, because statistically, that's a dumb thing to do with your money. But the TSA, oh no, my friends. Oh no, we have to preserve that. Can we get past this? I swear, I would love to fly more. I'd love to fly with my family. I don't fly with my family anymore. I haven't flown with my family since probably 2007 because they made the autistic child go through the since debunked bomb sniffer, which freaked him out and made him cry and shake for the duration of the first leg of our flight. I mean, really, guys? Really, guys? And there's now talk that you may not be able to opt out of the background scatter, of the backscatter X-ray. To which I say, lock me up, bitches. I don't care if I miss the conference. I'm ready to be a martyr for this cause. Come on, guys. We're letting the terrorists win. We're better than that. Let's move past it. All right.